I am originally from Colombia and I moved to the States. And of course, my career has improved a lot since I moved.
And immigration.
Yep.
That is a real big, courageous move.
It is.
Because it also involves culture.
Yes.
It involves all kinds of different things.
Uh-huh.
Where a move from state to state also takes courage,
right,
but a little less courage.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And a lot of people stay where they are because they're afraid of what they might encounter. But I don't remember this exactly right, but it was in the Declaration of Independence. And those guys, 250 years ago, those guys said that human beings, they were talking about Americans, people are more inclined to just stay as they are rather than risk changing,
Yep.
as long as their situation is bearable, as long as they can stand it.
Yeah.
They would rather, live in an abusive or poor paying job as long as they can just get by than to change their circumstances. And man, that is no way to live.
I know. It's very scary to change. It's very scary. Yeah. I wish. And another thing is that most of the time we tell ourselves no before other people even told us no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I call it in my book, I call those, the book's called Turning Inspiration to Action. The idea is it's easy to get inspired.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to take action.
Yeah.
And the reason is inspiration, if somebody is listening to this and they say, okay, fine, Maria and Matt, you finally convinced me, I'm gonna take the entrepreneurial leap. Okay, that's great. You were inspired by this episode. That's great. That's not a very powerful force.
Yeah.
And the forces of gravity, that's like call them, that hold your life in place, are stronger than just that little whiff of inspiration.
Yeah.
So you gotta build on that power, and you do it by tapping into the power of priority, by tapping into the mama bear power, I call it, the power of the heart. Why were you inspired? What is it about being your own boss that you want? And you start to build a story around that, and you put strength into that inspiration. And that inspiration then becomes more powerful than the gravity, procrastination, self-doubt, all the things in your head that starts bubbling up. Well, you can't do this and that because no one in our family's ever done it before, because you haven't been educated properly, or because blah, 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 blah. Doesn't make any difference. That's all nonsense. And you've got to gain the strength to push through, to overcome that gravity, which is real. It's a real force that prevents people from changing. But I'm telling you, and also, you can change. You can find the power. The mama bear power is an amazing thing. It's documented when human beings are scared out of their wits, they have extra power. Yeah. Well, that power is not extra. We just don't know how to call on it. Right. And so aligning what you do with your purpose, with your heart, with your reason, that gives you that power. And then it seems like you're more powerful than you really are, but you're not. You're just tapping into all of you, or more of you.
Exactly.